We want to ensure that our kids live in a nation that is safe, happy, healthy, and fair. And so this election,
we're voting for Joe Biden.
Very candid conversation with our daughters, and we just want to encourage you to truly do your research, think about your own homes and what you'd like to see projected out into the world in the right direction is making sure that you vote this election for Biden.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about an interesting story here that I think really does show the world the hypocrisy of liberals when it comes to their alleged love for people who are less fortunate, right? The liberals claim that they're the ones that are for taking care of those who are not rich, okay? They're for the poor, the people living in poverty, right? And everybody must sacrifice to take care of those people, okay? Including the rich, right? This is what they tell us. This is what they lecture us about when it comes to things like the border, right? They say, well, these people come from countries that are corrupt, they're poor, and they're desperate, and they need to come over here to the United States so that they can live, okay, and have a better life. Except what they don't include is that they really only want the illegals to come over here and live in the red states, right? They want them to live in red states so that when they have kids, their kids can be American citizens and then eventually vote Democrat. But as soon as the illegals start to come to other states like blue states, you know, cities like New York City, Washington, D.C., Chicago, they lose their minds, right? Despite sanctuary city status, they don't seem to like illegal immigration too much, right? And this story right here, again, is another example of Democrats not seeming to like being around people who are, you know, less fortunate and not as well off as they are. As Biden supporter Steph Curry has moved to block low-income housing near his $30 million mansion. Now, again, I find this to be a very fascinating story because this is not the first time I've heard about this, okay? I actually had a conversation at a wedding in Charleston, South Carolina, a couple years ago with a guy from Boston who told me that liberals in Boston, right, the rich white ones more specifically, they will openly advocate for policies like low income or affordable housing, okay, in, you know, more affluent neighborhoods or whatever, right? They will advocate for that stuff, but then they will put on their signs to vote against the bill that actually allows that, right? So they'll put the actual real name of the bill on the signs and say, hey, don't vote for this, right? Don't vote for affordable or low income housing, while at the same time saying that, hey, we support it, right? But they think that people are too stupid to recognize the actual real name of the bill, something that they're actually against. They don't really like it, okay? And again, this story right here is another example of, you know, liberals not really living up to the things that they claim that they believe in. Okay, so let's read about this because this is pretty fascinating. NBA star Steph Curry, who publicly endorsed Joe Biden for president in 2020, is opposing a low-income housing development near his $30 million mansion, according to a local news report. Quote, we hesitate to add to the not in our backyard, literally rhetoric, but we wanted to send a note before today's meeting. Safety and privacy for us and our kids continue to be our top priority and one of the biggest reasons we choose Atherton as home, Steph and his wife, Alicia Curry, wrote in a letter to officials in Atherton. It was an attempt by Steph Curry, who was the 5th highest paid athlete in the world last year, according to Forbes, to prevent undesirables from crowding the area around his home in Atherton, California. Now, I wonder who these undesirables are, right? I wonder who they are, okay? It won't be hard to guess who Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry imagine as undesirables, right? The same people that claim that Black Lives Matter, right? And that we need to do things to help shrink the wealth gap. It doesn't really seem like he's for policies that are designed to do that are designed to give opportunities to you know, people who are less fortunate, right? Seems to me that he's looking out for his own wealth, because we all know how this works. When you start building these affordable housing projects near the more affluent neighborhoods, well, what happens is that you have the undesirables, right? They come into the neighborhood, okay, and they bring their habits with them. And then they turn it into the hood, right? And then housing values plummet because nobody wants to move in those neighborhoods anymore, right? So everybody basically turns out to be less well off as a result of these policies, okay? And Stephen Curry knows that. He knows that. But again, if, it comes to other people though, right? He's going to go out here and advocate, oh, no. We need to have affordable housing everywhere, right? We need to allow these people to live among more affluent people, right? So they can go to the same schools and have the same opportunities and such and such and such, but not in his backyard though, not around his children, not around his kids, right? Your kids, yeah, sure, right? Bring the undesirables around your kids, right? But not around his kids, not around his two daughters, right? He doesn't want anything bad to happen to them, okay? Atherton is one of the most exclusive communities in the U.S., with Forbes ranking it as the most expensive zip code in the country this year. The Curry family also petitioned the local government to build fencing and shrubbery around their home to protect the family from watchful eyes if they couldn't block the new families from joining the neighborhood entirely. Wow. Okay, so basically what they said, look, if y'all move forward with letting the undesirables into our neighborhood anyways, y'all need to make sure that you build fencing and shrubbery to make sure that nobody can, come into my home. They can't be watching, looking out what I'm doing. Again, checking out my daughters, right? I don't want that around me, okay? Again, absolutely hilarious. I thought these people love the poor, right? I thought these people love the less fortunate. I'm trying to figure out why Steph Curry doesn't want to live around more black folks, right? This is what I'm trying to figure out, because hey, what they tell us is that black people are disproportionately living in poverty, right? And that these type of policies, again, help black folks out. This is how they frame it. So don't get mad at me for assuming that Steph Curry doesn't want to live around black folks, okay? Because they tell us that, again, black people are the people that disproportionately are affected by this type of stuff, okay? So don't blame me. Blame the wokes in their rhetoric. I'm just using their rhetoric. Quote, should that not be sufficient for the state, we ask that the town commits to investing in considerably taller fencing and landscaping to block sight onto our family's property. Wow. Councilmember Rick DeGolia has reportedly said that, quote, it's not possible to build low-income housing in Atherton since land is worth about $8 million per acre. Oh, yeah, it is possible. It's 100% possible, right? You just don't want to, okay? But it's 100% possible, right? If you're really about that life, if you're really about redistribution of wealth, right? Redistribute the wealth, right? Then, just get the undesirables the land for free, right? Give them to them at a discount, right? Since y'all about it. But see, again, they're never about it when it comes to them, okay? Never about it. Curry is one of the highest profile Democrats in the country. In 2020, he brought his family to endorse Biden for president at the Democrat National Convention, during which Aisha referenced social injustices and racial inequality. Yeah, again, sounds to me like they're totally fine with social injustices and racial inequality when it comes to protecting their own family, right? This year, Stephen Curry did a photo op with the president in a picture captured team captains. Curry is one of the captains of the NBA team, the Golden State Warriors. His team joined him at the White House for a press event on January 17th. That became awkward after Biden dropped to one knee in front of the team. Listening gaps. Let's watch this. Look at this clown. Look at this clown. He think this look good, right? He think this look good. Right, he think this makes him woke, right? He's trying to get brownie points for this, but he looks like a damn fool. He looks like an idiot, right? I mean, even Kamala didn't want to do it. Even she refused. This is the first time Kamala has ever refused to get on her knees in her life, right? Especially around a bunch of men. And again, it just shows you how silly it looks, okay? Yeah, look at Kamala. Even she was like, nah, I ain't getting on my knees for this, right? Again, first time in her life, she's refused to get on her knees. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. Clowns. Clown administration. Yeah. The Warriors had declined to visit the White House in 2017, 2018, when former President Donald Trump was in office. Fox News Digital has reached out to the board of an Atherton Homeowners Association for additional comment, but has not heard back. Yeah, you're not going to hear back. because they don't want that, right? They're rich, they're liberal, and they don't want any quote unquote undesirables living in their neighborhood, right? They don't want any of that stuff. Okay. Again, but they want you though. They're gonna lecture you about what you should do. Again, same thing with the illegals. Oh no, you should take in the illegals. You should take care of them. But as soon as you send the illegals to them, oh no, this is terrible. This is the worst thing ever, right? Let's say, oh no, you should allow, people who are less well off to live in your neighborhood, right? To just have housing in your neighborhood, affordable housing in your neighborhood, right? Lower your property value, right? Have criminals, and people who are prone to commit crime in your neighborhood. You should do that for you. But for us, no. We got a family protect around here, right? This matters to us. Defund the police, right? Oh no, we want to defund the police for everybody except us, right? Except for the woke, rich liberals and the politicians. No, we don't want to defund the police, right? No, we want our security, okay? We want security for us, but no police for you. Again, absolutely incredible. Just another example of the hypocrisy of the left when it comes to the policies that they claim they support. But like I tell you guys, the best way to red pill a Democrat or a liberal is to give them what they want, right? Give them what they want. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.